conflict and how to address it more effectively. What are the barriers to addressing conflict effectively? What can help to overcome those barriers, and what you can do, not just as an individual, but what you can do as a team to find ways to proactively and confidently as a group address conflict that might emerge and does emerge, and do so to become a more mature and effectively functioning team. We'll show you some evidence about that. We'll give you some tips and tricks, some ideas. We'll also give you some handouts of how to put into place in your various team meetings, and hopefully have some discussion and ideas from your own setting and context, what works, what doesn't, why, and give you some cases to study. So the most important thing to start with first is, what's the basic model? And there is an overall model for how to address conflict resolution. It's been supported by evidence in multiple sectors and headings. And probably there's best known model is one that has an 8-step process. It's very structured. It can often feel a little bit artificial at first when you put it into place. But what evidence has shown is the more times you as a team work through this, even if it feels artificial, the more skilled, the more competent, the more proactive you're willing to be to address conflict and do so in a constructive way. One of the things that's interesting about this model is step number 1 is probably the most difficult. And as you can see, as the screen I'm showing you, step number 1 is know yourself. Well, that sounds easy. But in fact, it's probably one of the ones that's most difficult, because what it really means is recognizing who you are from a point of view of your communication, your language, your tone, your presentation, the visual of how you look to others, how you're received, your position. But perhaps most importantly, and certainly an issue we're all struggling with in today's world, is stress. And how are you managing either your own stress, stress of those around you, or how skilled are you to identify the stress in your